obviously, the score talks about the game itself, but you got to understand the quality opponent that we just played. This team that these two teams just lined up, both have really good football teams. And the body of work that goes into 11 games, and then you get the opportunity to play one more. Mankato has been to this place many, many, many times, and has been the epitome of our league for the last decade. So for us to be able to square up with them twice and have the outcome come in our favor, we're very thankful and very humble about that opportunity, and just very proud about the body work that we have put into this point. And the tournament is all about playing well when you need to, and when you get players that step up at a time when they're given the opportunity, that's how you advance, and our guys did. And I'll speak to some questions about that, but it's as simple as Devon has a couple of drops that are uncharacteristic for Devon Jones. I mean, he is as good as it gets, and he's a tough matchup. Comes right back and makes two incredibly large plays. And that's just who he is, but it's because everybody else lifts him up, and that's the spirit of this football team. So really proud to represent our conference, to go up and play a really good opponent next week.
Coach, obviously defensively, 5 turnovers there in the first half. I mean, to come out that way, what were you seeing from them defensively there in the first half?
A lot of what we've done all year. I think, A, our adjustments are really good. B, our guys understand what we're trying to do. They communicate, and that was the biggest thing Jake can talk about, is the communication piece. I tease them all the time about don't drop the ones they throw to you. And we certainly did that today. We made it happen, forced some issues, but I thought we were just really sound defensively and got them behind the chains. Both teams were pretty good on third down, and our defense made some huge plays and then flipped the field in those plays in a major way.
I mean, obviously, you slowed them down a lot in the third quarter, but Jake, maybe you can speak to this a little bit. Just kind of ball hawking a little bit. I mean, it seemed like there was a lot of that in the first half. I mean, how is that a point of emphasis too from what Coach Sippel wants for you guys?
I think it's not a huge part. It's like when the ball comes to us, we want to make a play, and we were just in the right position at the right time. So we're thankful for that.
Complimentary football in the second half. I mean,
Yep.
Did you like the way the offense really kind of got going in the second half? Can you talk to me about that?
I did. The first time we played, we felt like we left some things out there after the game was done. Regardless of how that score was, we talked offensively about the things that we didn't do in that game, and that if we ever came back to this opportunity, we would take advantage of some of those, and our guys stepped up. I thought Tyler Popow called a really good game. Without question, put our guys in a position to be successful. I thought Casey Bauman was outstanding today in his decision-making and making plays with his feet. But we talked about at halftime that we're probably going to get six drives here in the second half. In normalcy, I want to score on 3 of them minimally. Well, they did that in the first 3 and then added some more on top. But I liked our plan going in. And we had drop balls today that we normally don't drop that would have extended some of those plays and made it not so difficult at times, even on some easy ones. So I'm proud of them, super, super proud of our players and our staff.
Devin, how'd you feel waking up today? I mean, just coming out here today. I mean, obviously you never expect to show up, but like you kind of the way you did today. I mean, just walk me through kind of how you were feeling out there, and then specifically that big touchdown pass from Casey there.
It's Devon, by the way.
Devon,
yeah.
Sorry. Devin.
Appreciate it, Coach.
You're welcome.
First, glory to God. It's not possible without him. Second, we're just doing our job. I don't score without all the other 10 guys, the O-line blocking, Casey getting the ball. So, I just did my 1/11th that we always talk about, and that's just really what it is. Everybody's just doing their job, and, I benefit the success, but there's really guys behind the scenes that really make it happen.
How about the chemistry with Casey, and how's that sort of, at this point in the season, this is clearly when you want to be playing your best ball, but to be kind of playing this way with, have that chemistry right now at this point, how key is that?
I think it's super key because, there's some timing routes, just knowing when the ball's going to come, how it's going to come, things like that. But we've been building this chemistry since last year, all the receivers and Casey and all the other quarterbacks too. So it's kind of it's been set since last year, and we're just keep going, I guess.
Jake, what does a performance like today say about what this defense can do, especially in that first half?
I mean, it really just goes to show like we were the number one defense in the league. So we just want to keep stacking on that and keep building our defense, making the adjustments we need to make, and go play the next opponent. That's our next game. So that's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say about Casey? Casey, a couple of those plays, especially the one to Rashad in the fourth quarter, I mean, and the touchdown run on the other side. I mean, about his playmaking and just
Yeah.
how he was today.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I thought you did a great job extending the plays. He didn't climb the pocket. He's had some times where we've had to speak about that. He's 6'7", so he certainly can see the field very well. He extended some plays and then used his legs when he needed to. Actually, that play was rather interesting as it broke down and made it happen. But, you know, sometimes you stress a defense in a lot of ways, and that team was inserting safeties in their physical football team. So for him to get the matchups he got on the perimeter, his eyes had to be good. And I thought they were pretty darn good today. They really did. And credit, and Devon said it, credit to our offensive line who kept him upright and allowed him to get through his progression reads to get some wins.
You throw the RBs in there too.
And the RBs too, absolutely, and tight ends while you're at it.
Everybody.
But I think he's like all these guys. Casey's an incredible competitor. He's a very, very competitive young man, and sometimes harder on himself than anybody else could ever be.
Thanksgiving week, and you guys are grateful. I know you guys keep playing. How much grateful, and you talk about brotherhood this week, about this team, and just how much thankful that you guys get to keep riding.
Well, Devon said it, and I'll let these guys talk after. You know, we've been through a lot in this program this year. We've had deaths in the family. We've had some illness that's going through families in this program, and just the core of faith that has been developed in this program, especially this year, has been humbling to see. And a lot of glory does go there, and understanding that we're just coaches and players playing a game. There's real life stuff going on, and they're there for each other, and that's what's really cool. As far as Thanksgiving, I've had a lot of Thanksgivings with my family. I've never had one with my football family, and I asked them for that gift this week. So we're going to break it down and eat together as a football family, and our wives and kids will join us. But we get an opportunity to go do this all over again. And selfishly, I don't want this to end because of the special people that I'm around. Love them like sons, and I can't wait for the next opportunity to play a really good football team.
Coach, obviously want to enjoy this one today, but can you give me some early thoughts on going against this Colorado Mines team?
Yeah, well, they're number one in the country, and rightfully so. They're a really good football team. Their quarterback, John Matoka, is as good as they come. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's been there forever. Coach Sturbeck does a tremendous job. He's played big games against big people. And they've been to the playoffs. You know, they went to the title game last year, so it's not like we're going to sneak up on them. They'll be well prepared as a staff. But when we met in fall camp, we said, you know, if we do things as well as we can do them, we're going to have a shot to do some really special stuff. And these guys have committed to it in a whole different level. You know, I get a kick out of the selection show. First thing what's going to take to beat them is a miracle. And I said to the guys after the game, a miracle is a baby being born. You know, a miracle is people being saved. This is a game, but we'll be ready, and we'll give them the best one that they've had.
Just a little bit about the opportunity. And it's something I'm sure you'll talk to the guys a lot about this week, but just being able to take on this team now, it sort of prove yourselves early in this postseason. I mean, you know, talk to me a little bit about the opportunity to do this.
Well, humbly, I think we've been slighted all year. Humbly, I'll tell you that we've been outcasted way more than I believe we should have been. Schedule and everything else said. You don't go do this to a quality program like we just played and be average. These kids are exceptional, and they play hard together. That's what it's going to take to do it again on Saturday. So it doesn't matter the opponent or where it's at. If we do what we're capable of doing, I like our chances. But we're going to have to do that at a very, very high level, the best we have all year. For 4 quarters, and that's the respect I have for that team. We know a lot about them, and they've already run the course that we want to jump on. So I look forward to bringing these guys to battle, getting healthy first, letting them enjoy this next 24 hours, and then getting the plan set as we grind it out Sunday and Monday and put our best plan together and be ready to compete.
Coach, you've been at the helm for a decade with this squad. You've been in plenty of playoff games, had a lot of great seasons. This is your first playoff win. How does that feel for you right now?
You know, they're all different. Every team is different. Obviously, there's a large amount of gratification that goes with that. but it's never been about me. Jared Epperson after the game, says, "Coach, congratulations on your first playoff win." The guys all cheering and everything. The Coach of the Year stuff, all that stuff, that is not what this is all about. It's never has been and it never will be. These guys are going to be done this year, but then they'll be the ones sitting in the stands. And 20 years from now, when life is going on, I know I'm going to get a phone call. When they get married and have children, I know I'm going to get pictures or stop in the office. So, yeah, it's great, right? We play to win games, but you got to do it the right way, and I believe we have. And it's great to get it at home. It was great to get a home game and get this win so we can prepare for the next one, and we're not done yet.
For both players, how much important was it to get another win at home? Could be your last home game.
I think, it's the playoffs now, so it's win or go home. And they presented us with the opportunity, and we took advantage of it. And being a senior, it's kind of bittersweet. If we lose, we go home, and we got to graduate and move on. So we kind of just want to stay on this ride with this team. Love this team, love this family. It's different here at AU. It's like Coach O said, we play games, but it's deeper. It's more like a family. So I kind of just don't want it to end.
I agree, and I just think you couldn't have written a better senior script. Home game, playoff game is great, and then to win it is even better. So I'm just blessed to finish this season off with my brothers and see what happens.